Good Tuesday morning to you all. Hopefully you guys are doing great. We got another Watchmen update here. The United States has struck Iranian ships in their port. This could be a major escalation, could be the end to the ceasefire. The United States is saying it's not, but Iran may think differently. The Iranians shot back at U.S. aircraft, and that caused all sorts of chaos. Then things escalated from there. Apparently, at least one unmanned aircraft was shot down, possibly two. We have the latest on that. Russia is reportedly getting ready to massively escalate things in Ukraine. Embassies, foreign embassies like the United States Embassy, are being suggested that they be evacuated. So this is a big change there. More Ebola cases. We got a chip shortage, beef shortage, and store shelf reports coming from you guys. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. If you have something to share with the group, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. It does get it to the right place. We aggregate the news for you so you can get on with your day and get about the important things in your life. This channel is all about getting you the information you need in a clear, concise fashion. If you appreciate that, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you get the notifications turned on. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people with retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds and into precious metals, physical precious metals that you can hold in your own hands. If you want to find out more about how you can use your retirement funds to purchase precious metals, just click on the link at the end of the video or check out the comments down, the description down below. Make sure you mention this channel when you talk to them because they do waive your setup fee. Multiple massive explosions across the Strait of Hormuz. Coastal cities such as Bandar Abbas, Sirik, Jask, and a military base nearby reported hits in the surrounding area. At that point, the cause was unknown, but then the United States Central Command did issue a statement. U.S. forces announced that they carried out strikes in southern Iran. U.S. strikes targeted missile launch sites and Iranian boats seeking to lay mines. U.S. military will, quote, defend U.S. forces while using restraint during the ongoing ceasefire. So apparently what happened was the United States went into Iranian airspace in order to hit these boats that were either laying mines or about to lay mines, and Iranian air defenses opened up. The Iran's IRGC says its air defenses identified and shot down a U.S. Reaper drone. There's also conflicting reports that the Iranian army may have downed another Reaper drone, but at least one seems to be confirmed, calling it in a violation of Iranian airspace in the Persian Gulf. The IRGC said that they also fired on a Global Hawk and an F-35 fighter jet, forcing them to leave the area, and warned that they reserve the right to respond to any ceasefire violations. And then the Iranian army apparently hit another Reaper. Just a reminder, each Reaper drone, unmanned of course, is worth about $40 million. A Global Hawk is a little bit less than $200 million a piece. These things are pretty expensive, even though they are not having a U.S. pilot on board. Still a major blow to U.S. forces. We dropped munitions and probably took out, several $1 million worth of equipment on the Iranian side. So we went in to go take out those boats. Iran opened fire on our jets and drones, and apparently we then responded by hitting the missile launch sites. So if that sounds like ceasefire to you, you might need a new dictionary. But this whole new age has new dictionaries, right? Iran said Monday that negotiations with the United States had made some progress, but a final agreement is not yet close, despite optimistic comments by U.S. officials. Iran's foreign ministry, this is like week, 8 of peace deal optimism, but there still is no peace deal on the table or anything that seems like it's going to work. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman went further and rejected claims that an agreement is imminent, saying no one can confidently make that prediction. President Trump has urged Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and others to sign the Abraham Accords in the Iranian peace push. President Trump linking any future Iranian deal to the expansion of the Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accords are countries that are technically at war with Israel basically become at peace with Israel. They recognize Israel's right to exist. He specifically called on Saudi Arabia, Qatar to sign first, but then to be followed by Pakistan, Turkey, Egypt, and Jordan. This would be a major, major change if these countries do join the Abraham Accords. But are we just swinging for the fence at this point? Because we can't seem to get a agreement with Iran on the deck yet. President Trump suggested that countries unwilling to join the Abraham Accords should not be part of the broader settlement process. That's an ouchie. Iran says that they are not charging tolls for ships going through the Strait of Hormuz, but for navigation and environmental protection services. Hey, if you need to charge somebody something, all you have to do is call it a green fee and they won't ask questions. So apparently this may be how Iran is looking at going, yeah, we don't have to charge tolls, but what we will do is we will charge navigation and green energy fees, environmental fees. Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates all joined in warning shipping companies to not comply with Iran's tolls and inform the International Maritime Organization of what Iran is doing with their pressure, basically reporting them to the cops, but the cops are clearly not going to do anything about it. Russia is warning foreign embassies to immediately shut down and evacuate Kiev because they will begin attacks on defense production sites and, quote, command and control and decision-making centers. This is coming from the Russian Foreign Ministry. The attack on Starobilsk has exhausted our patience. The Russian armed forces are starting to systematically strike at Ukrainian defense industry enterprises in Kiev. Now, those are civilian factories that are building drones and other munitions, so they are legitimate targets of war, but so far they've been part of around Kiev, and so they've been using the civilians as a human shield up to this point, and Russia's saying, no more, we don't care anymore. We're going to hit these targets because we're being attacked and you're attacking our civilians directly. So if they attack decision-making centers, that will probably include government employees, government politicians and such are decision makers, and they are part and parcel of the war. Uganda has confirmed 2 additional Ebola cases, raising the country's total to 7 cases. The new patients are Ugandan healthcare workers from a private medical facility in Kampala. There have been over 900 suspected cases, including 101 confirmed cases in the outbreak so far. There are 2 new cases in Europe brought back by humanitarian workers. They are being isolated and tested further to see what's going on with that. Sherry says, Baltimore, I'm having trouble getting organic grass-fed beef here as well. A number of you guys have been reporting across the United States that you can't find organic grass-fed beef suddenly. Tried ordering from Walmart, suddenly out of stock. Likewise, I tried to order oil and oil filters for my vehicle. At first it said that it was running late, and then they canceled my order. We got the oil filter shortage out there. We got the oil shortage that's coming. Oil shortage is not here yet. Don't be surprised if we get to the store and there still is oil. We're still on the front end of this thing, but they are rapidly running out of motor oil. So if you need some, you still might have a little bit of time to grab some, but it is running out in some areas. Daniel from Red Oak, Texas says, we have a new chip shortage. Everything from autos to computers will be going up in price as the data centers are buying up all the chips now at high prices. This is something that we've been hearing about. Computers, cell phones, everything's getting more expensive because the computer chips are getting more expensive and they're becoming harder to get your hands on. Charles says, in Halls, Tennessee, single ears of corn here are $1.69, which is just outrageous. That's crazy. Jalapeno peppers are $6.99 a pound. The leg quarters sold in 10-pound bags here are so small the leg is almost as small as a pack of hot dogs. It's getting small. Joyce says Fred Meyer and Kroger have their Vienna sausages on clearance right now. Both brands in store for 70 cents and 90 cents. If anyone likes them, this is in Washington State. Vienna sausages are one of the cheapest and best ways to stock up animal protein for your diet. If you like Vienna sausages, or if you can learn to like them, that is a great way to go. I stockpiled a whole bunch of those for days of trouble. Kenneth says, went to Costco on Saturday in Memphis. Usually they have sales prices, but this time there was less than half. Very little grocery items, and they were reduced. There were very few grocery items that were reduced on sale prices. There were very few groceries as well, and the ones that they had were in the high-priced processed meat department, like ribs and lasagna. So not like ground beef and other packaged meats, but the higher-end stuff. Colorado Pack Rat Prepper says, at about a dozen Walmarts in Colorado Springs, I went to stock up buying the 5-quart size of motor oil. Most had security devices on them, including the quarts at the stores I checked. I did find the weight that I needed, and it seemed like in fairly good stock. That was mostly only too deep, though. They do have a backstock room for overflow. But we heard from Walmart saying that they're not going to have enough motor oil in a few weeks or in a month or so. So that the shortage is coming, but just because the shortage isn't already at your store doesn't mean it's not still coming down the pike. We try to get you guys ahead of the curve, so don't be surprised if you get to the store and you're still ahead of the curve. But more and more people are jumping on this and are grabbing their oil, which is causing this to get accelerated in the shortage form, right? Cypress Glare, talking about the Philippines here. Store update on the Philippines. The last 3 months have seen a bunch of American things go missing. So we do have a lot of imports here. Raisin Bran and 4 other favorite cereals. Larger blocks of sharp cheese. Mac and cheese and in the box. Some regular Western ice creams. Some chips. No deli sliced turkey to be had since December. These comfort foods you sometimes lean into when living here. Big box stores, local stores with foreign sections, and online shops like Lazada and Shopee, it's all gone. Not sure if it's tariffs, falling peso, or stores cutting inventory due to container prices or space shortages on ships coming from the USA. Hope it stops soon, or I might actually get thin. Yeah, I mean, when you're living abroad, you're just sometimes you need to get some comfort foods from back home, and you can't get everything in the Philippines that you can get back in the U.S. But some of those things you can get imported, unless they're gone. Hunter says, not rich, but we have I have my preps in place. Can always do more and continue to add, but I took a needed break with 2 older lady friends. Went to a casino and at an outlet mall, and it was crowded. Stopped at a Cracker Barrel, which I haven't done in at least 10 years. Every table was full. The waitress said it had been 5 hours straight of full tables. They had an hour to wait. Other than grocery shopping and doctors, I had not been out in a long while. I know it's a holiday weekend, but it was insane. You wouldn't have known gas and groceries were so high. It was all ages too. The 3 of us were shocked. Yeah, that's one of the things that we've been seeing out there is that even though people are really in pain, we see it in their credit card delinquencies. We see it in their defaulting on loans. We see all these problems out there, but what we're not seeing is people pulling back their spending. It's almost like they think that they have a right to spend all this much, and so they're just running up their credit cards, and at some point this is going to break. And when this breaks, there's going to be some serious Armageddon to pay. Spartan of Negative says Polk County, Wisconsin, St. Croix Falls Walmart just got remodeled and everything is painted blue and gray. The online pickup building, so they have an online pickup building, is massive and basically detached from the main building. There is a low amount of Land O'Lakes 1 quart creamer and Clover Valley creamer 1 quart, and barely 25 quarts total between the 2 of them for creamer. The sugar and flour, they might as well not stock it. The amount of great value sugar and flour they had was embarrassing. Maybe just about 20 pounds each. Used to be an entire aisle. But people just aren't cooking anymore. They're not cooking with sugar. They're not cooking with flour. And the stores are just getting rid of it. They want you just to eat the packaged stuff and not actually bother cooking real food. So ingredients are going away. I went for cat food, candy, and creamer, and that's what I got. And this store is nice. Lots of new checkout registers, and it appears a lot of stuff has been diverted to the military complex, like butter. I looked at that. They had a tiny section in the open bunker with great value dual packages of shrink wrap 2 pounds, but no price on it. Maybe 60 pounds of butter. They used to have 600 pounds of butter stocked regularly. Only great value was present. Everything for making military food seems to be gone. What's left is slim pickings. Madam K says, Northeast Wisconsin. For ticks, take table salt and sprinkle it on your lawn. The ticks will flee the area with salt. After it rains and dries up, sprinkle on again. Works great even in taller grass areas. You're welcome. I started coming in with ticks on me. I spread the salt where the dog is tied up out there and by my paths. Haven't had one on me since. Cheap and it works great. Now be careful because salt, of course, can damage your grass and anything you're trying to grow on your property. I don't know if this tick trick works. If anyone else has heard about that or you've experienced that and it does work, let us know. Make sure you use the word update, of course. All right, friends, if you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold Group about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there on the screen. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.